Hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negrabian. In today's video, maryjanebyarm's YouTube channel has fallen in the past few months. The amount of views she's getting per video is nowhere near what she used to get only a year ago, and there is good reasons for this. Clearly, the fraudulent activities that she did with her customers over 12 months ago now has had an effect. It is very difficult to make a YouTube channel of that size fall. It looks like that is exactly the direction her channel is heading in. It is so sad to see this beautiful Black American woman fall this way simply because of making really silly decisions when she was on the up and up seemingly. It is clear to her that she has to now do something, and it is clear that she has changed the way she has now made her videos. So there has been a significant change in the type of video that maryjanebyarm has been producing. Normally we know her for leisure and pleasure travel to some of the most exotic locations around the world, but now she seems to have taken a turn and has gone to some of the most dangerous places on earth. Only last month she spent time with the Taliban in Afghanistan. Yes, Afghanistan of all places. She went there with the blessing of the Taliban, and apparently she was treated very well. Now, only a couple of days ago, she brought out her video with her touring Kiev. Not a very dangerous place, I must admit, at this present moment, but still a country, still pretty much in a war zone, under fire from Putin's regime. So she has taken a step in a different direction in order to turn her fortunes around on YouTube. Unfortunately, even these videos haven't really garnered a lot of attention, but one video that really caught my eye that she made not long ago, only a few weeks ago actually, was a video she made about her journey to Egypt. In this video, she explains how Egypt for her is the worst country she has ever been to. I watched this video and guys, I got to admit, I was fuming. I was furious. I was completely dumbfounded by what she was saying. Yeah, I made lots of videos saying that she is a fraud, but in this video today, we are going to analyze just how fraudulent she actually is. In today's video, we're going to analyze this video that she made about Egypt and about how horrible it is, and I'm going to show you the reasons why you really ought to think twice about taking the advice from maryjanebyarm before visiting any of these countries. First, before we get into things, I'm going to ask you to please like, subscribe, share, click the bell notification, and please consider supporting the channel on our Patreon, link in the description. I'd also like to invite you to please follow the new family vlogging channel, I. Yes, we've just brought out a new video. It is a 40-minute long marathon where we speak about the difficulties and the nuances of bringing up mixed-race children in mainly white countries. It is a really good video. It's interesting. So give it a watch if you want. Please like, please subscribe and join it. It will really help that channel to grow. Thank you very much in advance. We're going to watch this video together and we're going to talk about it. Let's give it a go.
Where to begin? Let me start by saying, first time I visited Egypt was in 2018 with my younger brother. The key here is with my younger brother. If you're with a man in Egypt, things are 100% different. If you are alone, like I've been the last 5 of my 6 times here in Egypt, things are way different.
Okay, so there you have it. She is being open about Egypt. Now guys, you're speaking to somebody here who's been to Egypt on a number of different occasions. I have been both to the Sinai Peninsula and I've been up to Cairo, the pyramids of Giza, and what she's saying here is actually the truth. The disturbing part about what she's saying is that she said that she's been there 5 of the 6 times by herself. So she would have been inundated by men. And I've seen this with my own two eyes. The men there, I don't know what it is there. I went there, I didn't like it myself. I didn't like walking around Egypt and not seeing any women. I didn't see any women. It's like they get tucked away somewhere. It's crazy. It's not really my cup of tea to be in a place like that. And it can be a bit of a culture shock, but that's the way Egypt is. And you would have noticed that. Now, Mary Jane Byarm would have had these types of situations on the first time she went there. The reality is this though. She doesn't speak about any of this in her first video. The first video where she went there, she doesn't talk about any of the harassment that she would have gotten. She doesn't relay that to the vast majority of people who are watching her channel that would have been interested in it. Yes, the women, because it is mainly women that watch her channel. She doesn't say anything. She doesn't mention it the first time, or the second time, or the third time, or the fourth time. She doesn't mention this. She mentions this on the fifth time for a bit of content. This is why I'm asking you to be careful when you're watching her videos and you're thinking about going to a particular place. Because the information she's going to be giving you may not be the information that you're going to need before you go to that particular location. Let's carry on watching.
I'm waiting for a specific horse, I think. Now for a specific horse, because I asked for a horse that can like sit up on its hind legs so I can get a specific picture. I guess they found me one. And it makes me feel a little bad because they treat these horses. You don't even want to see what they do to these horses. Oh. No. Does that hurt? No. Is he hurting?
No, does it hurt? Oh, bless her. Do you know, sometimes she comes out and she'll say things which is typical of somebody her age. No, she had never been perhaps to Egypt as many times as I have, but if you do know anything about horses, I went there with somebody that knew about horses the first time I went there, and I really wanted to go horseback riding. So what we did, we went to a part of GIZA, which is just outside of Cairo. We wanted to ride horses around the pyramids. That's one thing you should do, by the way, guys. Ride horses around the pyramids. However, there are a few things that you need to really take into consideration. Do not ride the camels, they're terrible. Just you don't want to go there. The horses, there is a part where you can go and get yourself a horse. Dozens of stables all over GIZA. What I did is I went with my then partner, we went searching, we went taking a look whether the stables were taken care of, whether the horses had enough meat on them, whether they were being fed properly, whether they had the ability to graze anywhere. We also looked for places that didn't have horses that were stranded outside, because I don't know if you know this, but in Egypt, once they are done with their mules or their donkeys or their horses, they just leave them there to rot. It's disgusting. So you really need to be careful. We chose a stable that we knew. It looked like they were a little bit more expensive, but we just didn't care because it just looked like the horses were well taken care of, and it looked like the guy was a decent fellow as well. He didn't have any horses around anywhere that were just rotting away somewhere. Could have taken them away somewhere else, but we didn't see any, so you know, we gave him the benefit of the doubt and we took horses from there. I had a great time. All you have to do is use your common sense. Don't just go to anyone and grab a horse from anywhere. I can't believe Mary Jane Byarm isn't telling anybody this. If you are as experienced as Mary Jane Byarm is, guys, you should know that you should always find somebody there, pay them 20, 30, 40 euros. It's not a lot of money. Just pay somebody to do it, and you will get a chaperone that will go with you and do everything with you. Okay, you can find these guys really easily on Airbnb. Okay, you don't have to get yourself an Airbnb. You just find yourself somebody who will chaperone you, who will take you around to all those tourist destinations, and no one will bother you, because no one's going to ask you for money because there is somebody there that knows the score. Oh man, how does she not know this?
No, because I need my purse. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh. Okay, Jesus. Okay. Oh my god, people are pushing me. Stop touching me.
Space is a premium in Cairo. The first time I went there, the second time I went there, I took a taxi from the airport. We went driving through the middle of downtown Cairo. And because this taxi driver wanted to use us, he wanted to take us to a few places, a few of his friends, so we could buy a few of his friends' papyrus mats and that type of thing. He wanted us to buy those types of things from his friends. So we went along with him, and boy, oh boy, oh boy, it was horrendous. He drove us around Cairo so quickly. It was so dangerous. Once again, it is always good to get yourself somebody who knows the place, pay them a little bit of money, and just go out and enjoy yourself. You won't have all this hassle that Mary Jane Byarm is having.
Hi horses, how you guys doing? I'm waiting for a specific horse, I think. Now for a specific horse, because I asked for a horse that can like sit up on its hind legs so I can get a specific picture. I guess they found me one. And it makes me feel a little bad because they treat these horses. Ugh. You don't even want to see what they do to these horses. Oh. Oh. No, 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 no. Does that hurt? No, 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 no. Oh, he's... Is he hurting?
There is a part of GIZA. This is the place where she's in, just outside Cairo. She's in GIZA, so she's trying to get herself a specific photograph with a specific horse that can rear up on its high legs for whatever reason. So she's trying to get herself this horse, but she's in an area where there are lots of horses waiting for tourists, and these people treat their horses terribly. You have to find yourself the right stable, guys. Like I said before, you need to find yourself the right type of stable. You can see the horses, they're not grazing, they're not eating anything, they're out in the baking hot sun. They're not being fed, there's no water there for the horses to drink. She's asking whether the whips are hurting the horses. Yes, Mary Jane Byarm, the horses are being hurt. It hurts the horses, of course, that's the whole point. It's crazy that she's saying this, because she knows all this. She's just saying it and putting it on for the camera, okay? And let me tell you something else. She's not going to not get a horse because the horse has been treated badly. No, what she's going to do, she's going to invest and make sure that this cycle of cruelty continues with these horses. Well done, Mary Jane Byarm. Oh dear. So guys, let me tell you something else. When it comes to these Egyptians, pretty much everywhere actually across the Arab world, you need to speak with them, but you need to gain their respect first. They like to barter. It is completely normal for them to give some outlandish price. You never accept their first price. The first ever time I went to get horses in Egypt, I remember that we found the perfect stable. I went and we spoke, because I've got to speak, I'm the man. I've got to speak to the person who owned the establishment. And he said, yes, of course, come in, sit down, You have a tea, you sit down and have tea with the person. He always offers tea, you know, and we had a discussion about where we were from. This is just the way they are. They are very nice when it comes to that type of thing, but you know that this is only going in one direction.
Money? You don't say thank you.
No, I said
No. You didn't say thank you. You said to me, this is not much money. That's what you said.
Okay,
When somebody gives you my money that I worked hard for, you say thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Because I don't have to give this money to you. Okay?
Did you work hard for that money, Mary Jane Byarm? Did you work really hard for it? I don't think so. I think the people that you defrauded that you haven't paid back yet worked really hard for that money. Why don't you pay them their money back, Mary Jane?
That's what you say. You don't say to someone, this isn't much money. You don't say that.
Okay.
Okay? So I would stop doing that.
Have a good day.
Into Egypt 6 times.
Really?
6 times. For more money and more money and more money and more money.
No.
And no amount of money is good enough for you.
Don't understand that this woman is still in this position where she doesn't understand how the system, the barter system, this is what it is, the barter system that works in Cairo. This is not the United States of America. They're not going to have prices up everywhere, okay? And guys, there is a way that you can avoid all of this, and I'm going to tell you how you can avoid all of this right at the end of this video, so keep watching out. I feel sorry for her. It's really weird because all these things that are happening to her, it sounds as if it's not her 6th time in Egypt. She's getting all these typical tourist traps, like she's only been there once, okay, and that she's never traveled to any other part of the Arab world. She's traveled quite extensively across the Arab world. It's just so super strange that she is now acting as if this is all a surprise to her. How do you not know the price? You will know the price to the airport. Always settle the price first. Always settle the price first. And if they don't give you the right price, walk away. I promise you, they will take your money eventually. Pay them up front. Pay them up front. Get the price right and pay them up front. And that's it. Why am I telling you guys this? So she ended up getting scammed by the taxi driver in the end. I know it's only $10 to the airport, because the airport in Cairo is not a million miles away from the center of Cairo. Plus, it's just cheap to get a taxi there. They have taxi culture in Cairo. Everybody takes taxis all the time. Guaranteed that is a tourist price she's paying. That's okay. It's just the fact that she's having to pay more simply because being an American woman in Egypt by herself. Okay, so she says what makes a country is the people. The problem with Mary Jane Byarm, and one of the reasons why her channel is on the way down, is because not only is she right, but if you watch all of her videos, she really will talk about the people. She always talks about herself. Her videos are so self-absorbed. It's all about her feelings, about her opinions. You will rarely ever see any character development outside herself. In fact, you don't even see Mary Jane Byarm developing herself as a person, as a traveler. You can see this yourself. She hasn't become a better traveler. She's just somebody who keeps skipping from place to place to place in order to get some sort of arbitrary number, 150 countries she's visited. This is the most important thing to her, not the experiences. I remember watching a show before, and it was about a man and a woman who travel across the world in this old school bus, and the show presenter asked them, how many countries have you been to? And they said, well, we don't know, we don't count. It doesn't matter. What matters is the individual experiences that you take away with you, the stories, everything else that you bring away with you when you have gone to a particular country. It is the experiences that count. This is another reason why you really need to perhaps stay clear of watching any of Mary Jane Byarm's vlogging videos. They're garbage. Actually, the tips here that she's giving here are terrible. Okay? I'm going to tell you why they're terrible. Go to Cairo for 1 day only. That's horseshit. It just is. If you want to go to Cairo, spend 3 days there. Okay? She is talking about going to places where you will have photo opportunities, where you can make videos for your travel videos. If you are really into Egypt, if you want to learn about the history and about the culture, right, Cairo, there is no better place to go to than Cairo. Yes, it is intense. No, you shouldn't go for that long, but you need to spend at least 3 days there. Why? Because you want to spend 1 day at least at the pyramids of Giza. Number 2, you need to spend at least 1 whole day at the Natural History Museum in Cairo, especially if you are a black person. She's not telling you this because there is so much there that our ancestors, the energy there is something unreal. You really need to go to the museum, the Natural History Museum in Cairo. She's not going to go there because she doesn't care about things like that, because she's not going to be able to take many nice photographs in this place. She's not going to take anything which is going to make her a better person, okay? Knowledge. She doesn't care about knowledge. She doesn't care about that type of thing. She cares about what type of Instagram photos she's going to get for her profile. That's it. If you're going to go with a man. Okay, it will change the experience, like she said. However, if you don't have a man to go to, go with a certified tourist guide. Find the best guide, okay? Pay them a little bit of money. It doesn't cost a lot of money. Pay them a little bit. It will make your experience in Cairo 1,000,000 times better. It's funny. She says, visit Luxor, Aswan, Abu Simbel, Sharq el Sheikh. There is no such part of Egypt called Sharq el Sheikh. It's called Sharm el Sheikh. I've been there on multiple occasions. It is beautiful there if you want to go diving there, but it's called Sharm el Sheikh, not Sharq el Sheikh. What is this woman talking about? So guys, all I can say is this. We'll get some people who are just not good at their job, even though they have been around for a long time. Mary Jane Byarm is a person who is attractive in more ways than one, okay? Everybody wants to watch her videos. Everybody wants to just see what type of situations she ends up getting herself into and how she gets herself out of them. It's simply because of who she is. So I totally forgot to tell you guys how you can avoid these problems without watching Mary Jane Byarm's videos. And the way you can do it is by reading. Yes, going out and buying a book. The D.K. Collins Eyewitness books. These are the tourist guides that you can buy from Amazon, are the best books in the world. I used to buy these every single time I used to travel. I used to read them, and the 1 or 2 occasions that I didn't follow what it said in the book, I messed up. So guys, if you follow these books religiously, you will never have any problems. Go out and buy them, trust me, you won't regret it. There we have it. She's still trying to find her way out of the darkness. It's really sad to see that she has almost single-handedly destroyed her own YouTube career simply because she was being a little bit greedy. If you want my advice, I'd stay clear of Mary Jane Byarm and her advice. Until the next time, please think twice. Ta-ra a bit.